What's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 714 of FloWrestling Radio Live. I'm your host, Christian Piles, joined today by Ben Funky Askren and the capo, Christopher Moltisanti, coming off a neck injury. A little bit of a scare here. Check out our man, JD Raider. Pulled off the Moltisanti. If you watch The Sopranos, it's pretty spot on. Iconic outfit here for JD, and he robbed Andrew Spay's closet of sunglasses to really perfect the look. JD, what went into the costume here?
I like The Sopranos, and this neck brace was like $12. So
there you go.
That's about it. And I had a gray T-shirt and sunglasses. So
is it is it comfortable? Like, does it give you something?
It's extremely uncomfortable.
Rest your chin on? Oh, it's
are
uncomfortable.
You gonna do the whole show?
Oh yeah.
Sometimes Ben has
Champ stuff.
Sometimes Ben sometimes can't hold it. So we'll see who's the true mentally toughest athlete here. By who?
I'm coming after Wade Baughman's title.
He's going after Wade Baughman.
No one's going after that title.
So we were in Iowa yesterday. Not we, unfortunately, but we had our guys, Andy Hamilton, Kyle Klingman, or at least Kyle Klingman there on the scene for Iowa Media Day. A lot of good stuff. I haven't got to even watch it all yet, but listened to the Tom and Terry interview, listened to a little bit of Spencer's interview, and Tom and Terry, we'll just play the video, and then we'll talk about it afterwards. Let's just play it.
Tom Brands, we're at the Iowa Wrestling Room. God, 11,600 season tickets sold. What does that mean to you guys?
That's the rumor. So good. They're saying it could go to sellout. I talked to some guys walking up the stairs there, and they were pretty fired up and confident that it was probably going to be called a sellout season ticket sale. So every duel would be a sellout, which would smash the existing per meet record as well, or total attendance. So good. And then we're going to wrestle down in Texas. Got that, that Oklahoma State duel that they set up down there, and there'll be a lot of fans watching Hawkeye wrestling live. Seems like.
Why
got to do our job.
Yeah, why this year of all to get the potentially sell out for season tickets?
I think the potential of the team that we have and up and down the lineup where our guys are, they're highly ranked, and people are intrigued by this team and this program right now. And Tom said it, we got to deliver. And that's really where it's at. All the fans in the world don't win wrestling matches if you don't wrestle hard and smart. And we have to deliver, meaning whoever's at those 10 individual weight classes. They need to deliver for themselves and their future.
Okay, so 11,600 season tickets sold already. They think they could potentially sell out all tickets as season tickets.
Cover capacity is 15,056.
Dang.
That would raise the price then. Raise some more money.
Yeah, I think they are super duper affordable. So that is just insane. But it kind of makes sense. I mean, the being deprived of last year, they win. It's such a big.
They win.
Their home slate is good. I mean, they've got. I know they have Penn State at home. Iowa wrestling schedule. Let me pull that up here.
Yeah.
Fortunately,
I know. I told some of my under ninth graders too that they should go to the Penn State Iowa meet. I'm sorry, and I think they told me something like, if they bought the ticket on eBay or somewhere like that, it was more expensive to buy like 2 of those tickets than it was to buy 2 season tickets.
Yeah, I kind of believe it.
Something to that effect. So they went and bought the season tickets.
There was when Iowa State played UNLV in Vegas this year, it was cheaper to buy UNLV season tickets than single season tickets to that game. So Iowa State fans were buying season tickets to UNLV.
Yeah.
So season tickets. I mean, I don't want to. We might sell it to season tickets today, because season tickets are $85. You're gonna sell the Penn State Iowa ticket for much more.
$85.
Scalpers might just go ahead and buy the rest of the season tickets and then just turn around and sell that one ticket.
Where do you get those? I may buy some right now just so I can take to the Penn State duel. Yeah, $85.
Well, I thought we were covering the Penn State duel, me and you, Piles.
Well, Caleb's got to sit somewhere.
We can't have him be our lackey and like go get us coffee or something.
Okay, we
go
can
get
do
us
that.
some coffee and Dippin' Dots, Caleb.
He is 10, and he does know how to buy Dippin' Dots. Okay, yeah, we'll get him there.
Okay, it
We'll
is.
figure something out.
I went to I just typed in Hawkeye season tickets. It took me to the ticket office, and then there you go. Boom, find
Okay.
tickets.
So there's obviously a lot of excitement and energy around Iowa wrestling this year for good reason. They're the #1 team by a solid margin, not one that can't be threatened. But
Dang.
yeah, that is just ridiculous. So going to be
I'm
a
on
lot
their
of fun in
season
Carver
ticket
this year.
page here, Christian,
Yeah.
and they let you see like what you could pick your seats,
Oh,
And there is not. They're all. If you want tickets, you're up on the top, up in the back there.
yeah. They're not.
There is not a lot left.
Carver's not so big that if you're at the top, you can't see what's going on.
No, it's a good seat. It's a good seat.
Yeah, good place. Decent place to watch
Yeah.
wrestling, it turns out. Spencer Lee was not really remotely forthcoming about the injury stuff, at least in the part I listened to. He just says he's healthy, which he's obviously not going to get into those details. But sounds like he's healthy and going to be able to wrestle this year. Obviously he went viral for his winning NCAAs with no ACLs. Most humans have 2, for those of you keeping track at home. So you got to assume now they're talking about the print. He's going to have a test right away. Patrick Glory is, one of the top 3 or 4 guys at the weight. And at Midlands some years ago, they gave him a reasonably tough match by Spencer standards. So excited to see that first opening test for Spencer if he goes.
Yeah. Hey, Dana White gets to meet Hasbulla in Abu Dhabi. P.S. Pretty sweet.
He did what?
He gets to meet Hasbulla. Hasbulla's my hero.
He's your hero.
He's cooled off. The Hasbulla train's cooled off a little bit.
For real?
Since this summer.
I'm in Hasbulla. Spencer Lee set it up. You said everyone wants to fight yesterday, Chris, and after Jordan Burroughs posted that tweet. I'm in for Hasbulla, Spencer Lee.
Yeah, I kind of feel like we were partially responsible for this runaway
We're definitely
train.
responsible.
Yeah, we're
Definitely
okay. We're wholly responsible for this. Let's just be honest. And so Jordan tweets out yesterday morning, "I want to do one fight before I retire." Now everyone either wants to be adjacent to Jordan and be on the card, and then Bo Nichols says you don't really want to fight, and then Richie's like, "Oh yeah, well I'll fight you," and also good luck.
Reese wants to fight.
Reese wants to fight somebody, but like a YouTuber, I think. I don't think he really wants someone like super seasoned. So, and now I think Lauren maybe wants to fight Jordan because he's tweeting about fighting. It's a lot of, it's very a cantankerous group of people. And hopefully no one gets injured.
I think what it shows is everyone wants us to fight. Fighting's fun. Why not, Christian? I asked you who you wanted to fight.
Yeah.
JD picked Bader.
Yeah.
I did not pick Bader.
And look what happened.
This is what Bader would look like if we fought.
And look what happened. He called out Bader, and now he's in a neck brace and shades. Just saying. Yeah, so I think Dylan Dennis is the perfect opponent.
I actually don't think Dylan.
He would
Dennis
just
is
never
a good opponent.
fight.
Okay, well, yeah, Dylan Dennis wouldn't say yes, but in the case that he did say yes,
Yeah, you don't want a good
Actually-
submission, a good jiu-jitsu.
Okay,
dude.
listen.
and
You
so
have to-
specifically, let me say one thing, Christian. Specifically, leg locks. And if this isn't gonna be Jordan Burroughs' thing, right? Leg locks can cause a long-term injury. And obviously, Jordan's best. He would want to take someone down and then just punch him in the face a whole bunch of times.
Yeah.
And listen, I'm not saying Dylan Dennis is a good chance. I'm saying if there is a chance, the safer fight would be against another wrestler who's maybe not as good of a wrestler, or a striker would be the best matchup. Because strikers generally have terrible wrestling, and they're not good off their back. So a striker is the best matchup that he could face up with.
Well, I think you missed Jordan's main point in all this is to make money. So you have to have an opponent that is going to,
Of course,
be
Mike Tyson.
Yeah, so like a wrestler that's not as good as Jordan, like I don't know what a wrestler not as good as Jordan or better than Jordan that would garner major financial attention from someone. So yeah, Dylan knowing how to like break legs pretty well is not ideal, but it's about getting paid.
Yeah.
And, I think it'd be a good idea. Lauren may have vetoed the whole thing. No fun.
I don't know.
I don't want him to fight. I'm with Lauren. No.
I want to see it.
No. I don't want him to fight
I
anyone.
mean, if he wants to do it one time, I don't want him to go there as a career. I mean, I'm a little bit confused, Christian, because he said, number 7 is, I don't know what he said something like, I wake up every morning thinking about number 7, or I'll figure out what else after number 6, something to that effect. I don't recall exactly what the wording was. But then why are we doing this detour? Like, maybe he could have said, when I'm done with number
fun.
7.
He's not gonna take a fight within the year. No way.
So I think that's what Bo Nickel was saying. Bo Nickel essentially, I think, went on in a later tweet, said like, well, if you want to do it, you would have done it. People would have made you an offer already, and you would have accepted and just did it one time. But you probably don't really want to do it. I think that's what Bo was saying.
Yeah, maybe not. I thought it was a pretty bold tweet from Bo Nickel.
Really? So I mean, I think a lot of people thought it was maybe more offensive than I think he meant it out to be.
Well, there's the way. This is the main issue with Twitter, among the main issues. But there's no nuance. There's no tonal. You're just kind of assuming tone there. It's like, I don't think you actually do. It's like, the way to read that. Another way to read that is,
how do you know what his tone was? It's Twitter.
Exactly. I don't know. Just like you don't know his tone. So you took his tone as, you probably don't really want to fight because you would have at this point. Some other people could take it as, you don't want to do the fight game because you don't maybe have what it takes, or you don't want to do it because it's not going to go well for you, or this or that. So it's totally up to interpretation.
And he also might have taken my Twitter advice, because I said sometimes you got to put some ambiguous stuff up there and let people argue about it.
Yeah, someone actually tweeted me that exact comment. He's like, he took a page out of Ben's book and just tweeted something and just like dropped it and left.
Yeah, that's great. It's boom, and then everyone.
You inspired him on the show.
Wow. Not only have we healed, now you're a social media mentor.
Inspiration.
It was funny, actually. Spencer Lee, in his they're talking about NIL and this and that, and he basically was like, sort of echoing Jordan's sentiments about, hey, if you win first, then he said something to the effect of, if you hit your goals, the money will come after that. So that's what I'm focused on right now, which was very reminiscent of what Jordan was saying a couple days ago.
It's easy to say that when you win more than anyone.
Yes, it is, but it's a good formula. I think that's one thing for these super elite guys. It's like, well, just win everything, and then there's people that don't win everything but still want to make some level of money.
It's not untrue, obviously, but there can only be 6 Olympians. There can only be 10 world team members. There can only be 10 NCAA champions. That's it. So by definition, if we're saying they have to do that to make money, there's only going to be 10 people making money. And I'm sure more kids than that in college want to make money, right? They're living at, most of those college kids are living at like the poverty level. They're really not making a lot of money. So for them, an extra couple $1,000s even is a big deal to a lot of them. Hey, you know what? That kind of we should circle back on this, actually, now that we kind of brought it up, is I think we as a group kind of collectively predicted it, in that the NIL has not been very prosperous for tons of people, right? We've seen some deals, but it's not like, oh my gosh, everyone in wrestling is making money in college. I mean, how many people actually got nice, solid deals?
Well, I don't think we know the finances for any of the deals, so how would we know?
Well, I think you could just assume if they're not with a major company, then it's not going to be that much money. I mean, what's some random what's that sandwich place in that you like in Texas?
Oh, P. Terry's?
Burger place. P. Terry's. Like, yeah, I mean, what are they paying? Something like $50 and a couple hamburgers a month? You know what I'm saying? Unless it's a big company, they're not paying you a lot of money.
No.
Who signed with the big company?
Spencer Lee.
Gable.
Who
Ferrari signed with?
Gucci.
Pop.
Ferrari. Ben is in no mood for jokes, Mr. Maltas.
No jokes.
No jokes. Well, who else? Yeah, that's pretty much it. I think it's going to be sort of slow. I think the companies are sort of figuring it out too. So it's not like you flip a switch. So there's no-brainer things like, okay, get Spencer Lee affiliated with your wrestling brand. That makes a lot of sense. But there's some. It's like, well, how much can this guy who's an All-American for this team really? So there's gonna be a feeling out process over the next year, or maybe even longer.
Yeah.
Because
It's hard because, well, especially specifically with apparel, they can't wear other. They have to wear the school affiliated apparel, so that does limit what they can and can't do.
Yeah. Hoping my son gets a P. Terry sponsorship. That'd be a dream come true.
One time, you want to hear a great story, Christian?
Yeah.
One time, I got nominated for an ESPY award, and then you go there and they give you all this free stuff, and you're like, wait, hold on. So I'm not rich because I'm a college kid, okay? But all the other rich dudes, right, the NFL, NBA players, they get all this other free stuff. And so I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so great. I probably got like $7,000 in free stuff, and I'm poor, you know? But the greatest thing that I got that day, you want to know what it was?
What?
I got this stainless steel Chipotle card, and I got free Chipotle for a year.
Dang.
That's what's
up. You still have it?
No, it was 1 year. I lost. I think I lost it like at month 11. I lose stuff.
There
so
was
I lost it at month 11.
There was a burrito place that opened up in my college town, Moe's, and when it opened up, the first like 50 or something, I don't remember the exact number of customers that went in got free burritos for a year. So kids were like camping out for to get their free burritos. But then it turned out you can only get one burrito a week.
Oh my god!
So
but still, that's 50 free burritos.
Yeah, the card was one burrito per day per location. So there's 2 locations in Columbia. So like I would maybe go get lunch, and I'd go give it to my roommates, and then they would go get dinner or whatever, you know, something to that effect.
I never had Chipotle till I worked at Flow.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
I hadn't done a lot of things.
That's like a staple of our trips now.
I know. Yeah, especially mine. I love it.
Always
It's a
delicious.
great place. There were no Chipotles where I was from. So
In Buffalo Gap.
we had Pappy's Place. That was the little corner store there. Okay,
Nice.
let's any other fight talks? Before we keep moving?
So Richie Lewis, I guess, has only had 2 fights. That's what Bo Nichols told him. So Bo fights again really fast. You know what? I really like what he's doing, because this is what you need to do. You need to go in there and get as many fights as possible really quickly against some bums, and then boom, then you get signed somewhere. Then you're good to go.
So that's the way to do it.
Yeah,
Don't wait
no
that
wasting
long.
time. Let's not waste time.
Yeah, I'm do you see him going Bellator, UFC, some other? What are really the main?
I feel like if he would have went to Bellator, it would have been already, because they remember they signed a whole bunch of prospects at zero, specifically wrestling prospects, right? They signed Tyrell Fortune, Aaron Pico. Who were the other guys? Joey Davis,
Romero
Ed Ruth.
Ed Ruth. Yeah, so there's a whole bunch of yeah. So, but there was a bunch of those they signed at 0-0. So I think if they would have wanted, they probably would have signed him already. So
certainly they would want him, right? Maybe it's just a matter.
You would think, yeah.
I see
The money.
I could see Bo wanting to just have his sights on the pinnacle in UFC. And being like, that's my goal. So unless you pay me like ridiculous amounts.
Well, PFL is paying a ridiculous amount of money right now, and
Tamir was at the last
pool.
PFL event.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, Gable was too, right? I think Gable was also.
Gable's at every sporting event.
Yeah, that's
he probably threw out the first pitch for the World Series last night. America's team won, the Astros.
Yeah. So they're paying a lot of money, and you know, I think he would do really well because their talent pool is not super deep. So that would make him a lot of money right away. I don't know what his plans are.
Well, I'd love to. I only really watch the UFC, so unless like Pico's fighting on Bellator. So be awesome to see him make his way to the UFC. He's obviously have a really bright career. Is he fighting at 185?
Yeah. That's a good weight class for him.
Yes.
Yeah, that's one that makes
probably perfect for him. Okay. We are taking on an insane project, and by we I mean
me.
JD. It's neck breaking.
That was Bader.
It's Bader. It's Bader, Kyle Klingman, and then Mike Mal's been super involved. Top 100. What are we thinking? American wrestlers of all time. So many challenges with putting a list like this together. Over a year in the making. This idea came out in pandemic time. Thankfully, we have Kyle Klingman now, who is just a wellspring of wrestling history knowledge.
He knows it all.
He really does, and he's like did a really good job of helping us, like giving us, hey, this is our list. What do you think? He'd be like, you should have this guy should be out. This person should be lower, et cetera, et cetera. But it's a super hard thing. Ben, you did the top. What did you do?
15. I think we did 10 or 15. So we did American wrestlers. We did college. We did college careers, and we think that we did high school wrestlers also. Nothing post collegiate. With me and Tommy. That was many years ago. And we got in a big argument over. You know, we got a big argument over Kyle Dake
because he wasn't on a team yet.
Because I said if he was on the team, if there was another weight class in there, he'd be winning world titles. And what happens? There's another weight class and he starts winning world titles. So Tommy, I called my shot. Don't forget about that.
Yeah, that was a big argument. I did disagree with that at the time, but
weight classes, man. I mean, guys, I hope you're factoring this into the list. And now we are now back at 10 weight classes on a regular basis. 10 weight classes versus 6 weight classes matter. It matters so much
time.
more talking about international level of success. And then on top of that, it matters unfairly. You know, I mean, James Green is the easiest one to point out. Like, James Green doesn't have 70 kilos. He's never going to make a world team.
Yeah.
Right? He's not beating Jordan and Kyle, and he's not getting out of the next weight class. So, you know, where do you rank James Green without 70 kgs? Wherever it is, it's much lower. You know, and you could say the same thing about many other people. So, yeah, then the other thing we don't think about then is then looking back, I think it was 96 and prior, I think was 10 weight classes, and that's when they started chopping it down.
Right.
You know, some of those guys, if you say, well, now there's only 6 weight classes, some of them dudes are off the team. And if they're off the team, they're obviously not winning world medals, especially at that time. I don't want these old guys getting mad at me and saying it was easier to win world titles. But guys, there was only one Soviet Union. There was a lot less countries. How many weight classes do we have now in the 2021 worlds where multiple old Soviet countries win medals? It's a lot of them.
I mean, a Polish Dagestani won worlds this year at 70. You know, you're sort of describing the biggest challenges with putting a list like this together.
Challenge.
You're looking at different styles. You're looking at completely different eras. You're trying to factor in world medals, world teams, Olympic medals, Olympic teams versus NCAA championships, lack of NCAA success with senior level accolades or vice versa, and trying to put them all in an order. It's really the quickest way to make basically everyone mad. But we think it's gonna be awesome. And 10-part series. It's Ray, my boss, has been like, why did you want to do this? Why 100? Why not 1,000? He's like, why didn't you just do something more sensible like 50? It's like, no, 100. And when you see the top, when you see the first 10, you'll be like, okay, I understand why. Because it's.
You mean 91 through 100?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, I mean 100. When you think about that, that's I don't know how far you guys go back, but really, American wrestling has been in existence.
Yeah,
for roughly 100 years. I'm assuming you're not going to pull very many people from before, say, 1960. It would be really hard to pull anything from before then. So then you're essentially going, even if you go 1960 to 2020, we're talking 60 years. So you're talking, 1.4 people per year that you're pulling? I mean, it's...
Yeah, so there's a smattering... There's a smattering of the old school for sure in there. But that you're speaking to the other challenges where we don't know... The sport is so bad at record keeping and knowing
bad. It's terrible.
So we don't know some of these brackets for world championships, if I'm remembering correctly, only had Americans in it. It was like just an American thing.
Way back when. Way
back when.
Yeah.
And then there's like, well, who did this person beat to make the team? And who did this person? We have so much knowledge about the last 20, 30 years that arms us to be able to be a little more sensical with it. But then there's people from the 60s, 70s, even the 80s. It's like, there's a lot of these people there's like no to very little footage of them ever wrestling. So, yes. But all that being said, we're fired up for it. I think it's going to be awesome.
So just so we can, I want to qualify my statement I made earlier. Guess how many, let's see what your guesses are. Guess how many of the 2021 men's freestyle weight classes have multiple Soviets in it for play in the top. Well, obviously, it's just top 4 because there's 2 bronzes.
Guess how many of the 10?
Out of the 10, how many?
6.
What's your guess, JD?
What was the question?
Oh my gosh! No, keep going, Ben.
It's 5.
The answer
Transfers?
the answer's 9. The answer's 9. There's 9 weight classes out of 10 which have multiple Soviets in it. So
Oh,
you know,
multiple.
if
in
we,
it.
that are placed. Sorry, that placed in the
Oh.
top 4
That's
of
insane.
the medalists. There's 9 of the 10 have multiple Soviets in them. So yeah, I mean, when you think about the older brackets, that obviously does make them. I don't want to say simple. Like 70 kg was.
Gadziev.
Gadziev, who's a Soviet, Kyrgyzstan, Russia, Georgia, all USSR republics, essentially. So, yeah.
Not to mention the ones that are not. They don't compete for even former Soviet republics. They just go elsewhere. There's French. There's all kinds. So yeah, it is a different era, and it may look like there's more significant weight. I mean, we'll see where you guys think we are or aren't biased. But
It's gonna be tough because everyone's gonna have their own inherent bias on eras and stuff. So it's challenging for sure. I mean, the positive part of it, when you get towards the top 15 or 20-ish, pretty much the entirety of them had a huge amount of NCAA success.
yes,
And then so you can kind of almost throw that out and then just compare the world and Olympic level of success, because that's that's going to be the differentiator.
I don't think you throw out the NCAA. I think the NCAA is like one of the most like.
Well, no. What I was saying was they're so close. They
Oh,
all
yeah.
had, they all had. It's not like there's anyone that's going to be in that top 5. Maybe Bruce Baumgartner, I think, didn't have a ton of NCAA success.
Right.
Would be one, but whether it's Lee Kemp, 3-time NCAA champ, Mark Schultz, 3-time NCAA champ, Kyle Dake, 4, right? Kale Sanderson, 4. So all these guys are going to have a lot of titles. Jordan would probably be on the lower end with 2. David's got 2. Kyle's got 3. Kyle Snyder has 3.
Mhm.
So they're all going to have a lot of that. There's not going to be I think Bruce only had 1. But there's probably not going to be anyone in that top chunk, and you guys have not shared the list with me at all. There's no one in that top chunk that has they don't have any NCAA success. You think of someone like Jamil Kelly,
unless they
way
didn't.
down.
Well, yeah, unless they didn't wrestle NCAA at all. Like
Unless they didn't wrestle.
some of the ladies.
Oh,
the
yeah,
ladies.
yeah, for sure, all the ladies. Yep.
Where it gets real hard is like judging someone who had a lot of college success, but not as much international success.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I don't, and obviously, I guess one of the really difficult ones would be like a Henry, where he had essentially one success. I mean, he had one successful tournament, which was the Olympics, so it's the most important time to be successful. But if you look prior to that, he lost to Matt Azevedo at the Open that year. I mean, there was he wasn't really flawless going through. He obviously didn't have the NCAA success. I think he had maybe 1 U.S. Open title prior the year before that, and maybe made 1 world team also. So that there's going to be some very interesting ones in there that it's left open to some subjectivity. So I am fascinated with the list. You guys have not shared the list with me. I'm very curious to see where you guys put it, and it will be hard. Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, should we have told Jordan that he made the list on Tuesday, or let him be surprised? Jordan's in.
They let him be surprised.
Jordan's in.
Because what if we get to the top 10 and he's like, okay, I'm gonna be top 10, and then he's just not in there? That would be a good trick.
Yeah, it's
Actually,
not too late for us to change.
He didn't make the cut.
I'm sorry, Jordan. You're right there. We just need a little more longevity. But keep going, man. When we
A little
roll
more
up the
high
next
school
couple-
success. A little more high school success. That was what
It ultimately came down to the mall Nara lost in New Jersey States. Sorry, Jordan.
Frank was number 100.
And you lost to him. There's nothing we can do. You can see how we're powerless here. Chael is number 1. So you know. Okay.
I don't know
So
if
it's
Chael made the list.
November 4th, which is our buddy Mark Bader's birthday. He hurt JD. He's one of he did. You challenged him, you came back in the neck brace. He's Ben's good buddy. So yeah, to celebrate Mark Bader, we will have episode number 1.
There you go.
Very exciting time.
Who doesn't like Mark Bader? Everybody likes Mark Bader.
Everyone likes Mark Bader. Great.
Yep.
Okay, we got to figure out what the greatest. We need to keep making more wrestling teams, Matt. Now, why this?
Oh yeah, this is fun. Let's do that. Let's finish this.
Very fun. Let's pull this up. JD, where did we leave off?
We got 2014 Penn State versus 2018 Ohio State in the semifinals.
Where's the bracket, guys? I'm not seeing the link to the bracket on here. I see the spreadsheet with results.
We don't have the bracket. It's up on. You should see it on your screen, Ben.
Oh, there we go. Click to the screen. Well, I had the other screen up. Okay.
This is about to be fire.
Oh, I can't believe that 2021 Iowa knocked out 2018 Penn State. That has got to have some people heated.
Yeah. The thing is, I mean, I would have never expected 2014 Penn State to make this kind of a run. It just didn't seem like the best. I mean, they beat the 5-champ team, but yeah, matchups matter. It's why people love duels, I guess, because the best
2012
team,
Penn State's making a run too.
the best team doesn't always win. So let's go. First duel, 2014 Penn State versus 2018 Penn State. Here's the lineups.
Wait. No,
Ohio State.
Ohio State, yes.
Yep. Thank you, Ben.
Got it.
So, starting at 125, I think we've done this match in a previous duel. Nico versus Nathan Tomasello. Both were NCAA champions. Both were always super high. Neither ever placed lower than third at NCAAs. So 125 legends.
The first round was twice. Looked back real quick. Yes, took out the screen. But the first round was 2018 Ohio State versus 2013 Penn State, which was the same matchup. And I'm going to go the same way. I'm going to go Nathan Tomasello in a nail biter.
Nato he had a style that was pretty well suited for beating Nico, and I think he did every single time. And so I'm going with Nato in this one. It's a decision. These guys basically don't get bonused ever. Nato did get bonused by Spencer. Spencer doesn't count because he's a freak. I don't count freaks. Sorry, guys. So 3-0 Ohio State out the gate. Then we got two of Latrobe's finest, Jimmy Gulabon versus Luke Pletcher, Latrobe, Pennsylvania. I believe they're both from.
Oh, what if Jimmy Gulabon's got the big brother on Luke Pletcher?
I don't think they didn't go to the same high school.
How can you be from Latrobe but not go to the same high school? How many Latrobes could there be?
Well, I don't know. Because maybe I made it up. Who's to say?
Gulabon went to Derry area.
Yeah, he went to Derry, and Pletcher went to Latrobe.
Latrobe. Interesting.
So, I don't think there's 2018 Pletcher, 2014. This was.
I'm going Pletcher for sure.
Yeah, this is Jimmy's freshman year.
Unless
his sophomore year, he's a little better. He made the semis that year. This is not that Jimmy, so it's Pletcher by decision.
I concur.
Okay, here's a crazy one. They're all pretty.
This one's
nuts.
interesting.
This one's sort of bananas. Zane Rutherford versus Joey McKenna. True freshman Zane Rutherford versus Joey McKenna.
Ooh.
This makes it tough. I will say.
This is tough. This is real tough.
I might go by decision.
I'm going. Listen, Zane beat Logan this year.
Yeah, but he also lost to Logan, and he lost to who else did he lose to twice? He lost to Logan twice and Port once.
Yeah,
and I think Joey McKenna is definitely on Port's level this year. Joey McKenna.
Who did this year Joey McKenna lose to?
This is the Yanni. 2018. Is this when
Not
he
the Yanni
took?
final.
I think he took neutral. This is when he took neutral against Bryce Meredith, and then lost for sure.
I'm gonna go Zane by decision. It's so close.
I think it's Zane by decision. I think the mat's a difference, and for the Bryce Meredith kind of reasons, like he's probably not gonna turn Joey, but I think certainly he'd be able to ride him. Whereas that wasn't a vulnerability that Mitchell Port really had.
I'll go Joey by decision.
Okay.
Dang, he only lost 1-0 to Bryce Meredith. Could have made the NCAA finals.
He took neutral in the third.
Man. Yeah, this year. So Zane was not a good turner. He was like a backpack. Like he was so good with his leg ride and staying on your back, but he was kind of like Ethan Lezak, but didn't get very many turns.
I mean, it's sort of he was always solid on top in folk style, but I've never seen someone make that kind of a jump in style, like to go from he can ride guys out to he turns everybody.
Yeah.
Like when have we seen that kind of a shift. And I know he was a true freshman,
Yeah.
and then he had the redshirt
And it
year,
was
and
a
then he came back
2-year
and was a
gap.
freak. But even still, that kind of a
Yeah, I don't know.
change is jarring.
Hey, Darian Latrobe neighbors. P.S.
Yes.
P.S. I've never seen anyone else make that much of a change
Yes.
ever.
Okay, next one's tough too. James English versus Keyshawn Hayes. English was a surprise here to place, as we talked
Huge.
about. He beat Kendrick Maple, and that enabled Penn State to win the team title.
I'm going Keyshawn.
Ooh.
Yeah, English wasn't that good this year. He somehow snuck in and All-American here. I'm gonna pull up his record here real quick.
I'm good.
James
Going
English
Jimmy
was
English.
16 and 17. I mean, he had a good NCAAs, but he wasn't that great. And yeah, he's the Penn State hero for sneaking in there.
Listen to the guys he lost to, though. He lost to Jason Surtis, Dave Habit, Eric Rojales, Nick Dardanes. Those are good guys. Hunter
Yeah.
Stieber, legend. Mikey Rashado, R.I.P.
I think
Kurt-
Keyshawn's the pick here.
Yeah. So he beat Maple, or he beat Nybert, I think, in the round of 12. Then he beat Maple.
He beat Nybert and Sun Victory. He beat Ryland Lubeck 4-3, Wisconsin guy.
I remember Ryan Lubeck. Okay. I will also go Keyshawn here. Keyshawn by decision.
Sticking with my James dude.
Yeah, I think that's probably fair as well. Okay, Dylan Alton. This year Dylan was round of 16, but I need to look this up. I think this was
What's
a
that?
sneaky round of 16.
I have the brackets for you. I will look them up.
Okay.
Ready? Dylan Alton beats Brian Murphy, loses to Ian Miller, drops down to the backside, and he loses. He beats Kerr Brown. I don't remember that guy. And then loses to Smith, the 12 seed from Central Michigan. Smith also does not All-American.
Luke Smith. I think that guy tried to fight a lot of people, if I'm remembering correctly.
There's two. Remember, there was 2 Luke Smiths from Central Michigan. The smaller one, who is now the head coach at Bakersfield.
Okay, well maybe it's not him. There's one of them used to fight. Maybe I'm misremembering which guy it was. There's someone from Central Michigan that always tried to fight people. And I don't think it was the 157 Luke Smith, but maybe. I'm going. Oh my gosh, this is tough.
I'm going Micah Jordan. This
I'm going
Dylan
Micah.
Alton wasn't that great.
Dalton was great. Everyone forgets. Everyone freaking forgets. All right, I'm going Mickey by decision.
Yes.
No bonus points yet this duel.
No bonus, but uh-oh. That's David Taylor's
Change
music.
that.
David Taylor versus Deshaun Campbell. This guy, but Ben is
Tech fall
okay. Tech. I'm going pinfall.
Penn.
Pinfall.
decision.
Yeah, David Taylor.
This is the interesting one right here.
Oh, I don't know.
Tough. This is tough. Matt Brown warmed up in singlet. Bo Jordan has a bunch of kids. It's the ultimate test.
Does he have a bunch by this
Ultimate
point?
dad match.
2018, he's got quite a few kids.
Okay.
Was this his senior year? Yeah, because this is his worst finish.
Give me Matty Ice Brown.
Father Bo versus Matty Ice.
So Matt Brown, let's see. So he beat Kyle Meyer, beat Tanner Weatherman, lost to Mike Evans, drops down to the backside, and who's the Bryce Hammond? Oh, I forgot about him. Wow, that's why he's back.
CSUB.
Yep, loses to Storley. Man, then beats Mike Evans for 5th. Oh man, it's a tough one. This one's going to sudden victory. Matt Brown gets to escape to win.
Yeah.
An escape and sudden victory. That would be wild.
Yes, the further one. You know what I'm talking
Tiebreaker.
about.
Yeah, sorry.
Tiebreaker one.
I nerded on you there a little bit. I think the issue is the mat. If Bo can get away, he's good. Matt Brown rode a lot of people.
Matt on the mat.
He gave Mike Evans a lot of trouble from top to the point where Mike took neutral at NCAAs in a time where an escape would have been huge. So that's a factor. This was not Bo Jordan's best year. Like sophomore, junior Bo, I think I would take him. Senior year Bo, but this wasn't the best Matt Brown either. I'm gonna go with Matt.
Wow, I'm surprised we all went Matt.
Yeah, I know.
All women, yeah,
Especially,
that's
I'm a
shocking.
huge Jordan. I love the Jordan wrestlers family. Okay, Ed Ruth versus Miles Martin.
I think we had this one again, and we all went decision Ed, I believe.
Yeah, which is very respectful because he majors people on a whim, as we've talked about. In this circumstance, I will go major for Ed Ruth
Ooh.
Well, why did you change?
because I thought more.
I'm going decision Ed Ruth. Miles was very good this year.
I mean, it's a different match, you know. It's like the one match, someone gets decision. The next match, they might get majored.
Okay, fair enough. I go Ed Ruth decision.
This was the year where Bo turned Miles late for the major for the duel, which helped the duel win. You were there, I believe.
2018, I was there. Yes.
Yes. All right. Next up, it's McIntosh, who I believe is serving our country right now. So shout out Morgan McIntosh versus Colin Moore. Two hammers here.
Sorry, did JD go decision or major?
Decision.
Decision. Okay.
6-point decision.
6-point decision.
Very
Couldn't just
specific.
say 7. All right. Colin Moore, I think, would probably be the winner here.
Yeah.
2018.
Yes, Colin Moore.
He was
Decisions.
Yes.
You're not. I don't think you're bonusing
I don't
Morgan
think I'm
McIntosh.
This is a tight
Agreed.
duel. Going into heavyweights.
All right.
Ruh-roh.
What's it at?
What's Captain America need?
I have it tied at 15.
Oh, shoot.
CP has Penn State in the lead, 16-15. Ben has it 15-14 in favor of Ohio State. So,
Well, it looks like Ohio State's moving on. Unless,
Ohio State's winning because Kyle Snyder's winning this.
I think it's a major for Kyle
that's
here.
what I was going to say.
Dang, I was just thinking in my head, I thought that with the Matt Brown win, it was going to be 5-5, but we're all going 6-4 Ohio State.
Yeah, and I only gave bonus points for Penn State guys.
Was your, you saying Major Ben, Tech
Yeah.
Ben?
I'm just going to go, we'll just go major. I actually think this is easier to flip some of these matches more to Ohio State than it is to the other way. Like,
For sure,
I'm not
both.
flipping Gingrich.
I
I'm
could have
not
flipped
flipping Morgan
Joey
McIntosh.
to Zane to Joey.
So I have Zane, which I think that's a really close match. I guess Nico and NATO is a tough matchup, but Matt Brown and Bo Jordan's a coin flip.
For sure.
And so is Zane and Joey that year is a coin flip, I think.
Yeah, no doubt.
What if Ohio State
All
wins
right.
this?
Dude, they
Ohio
might.
State's gonna. They're
Matchups
dark
matter.
horses.
This is what you want, people. This is the dual shenanigans. This is what you think's great about it, is that the team that's not the best could
This is
win.
so great. I'm having so much fun right now, Christian.
Okay, I'm so glad. It should be fun. 2012 Penn State versus 2021 Iowa. This is gonna be some major throwbacks.
Throwback.
So for 2015, all right, we're waiting to pull in the rosters here. 2012 Penn State versus 2021 Iowa.
First matchup is Nico versus Spencer Lee.
Oh wow,
Nico
Well-
getting roughed up because this is freshman year Nico too.
poor Nico. This is freshman Nico. He was on fire.
He was still really freaking good.
He was really good. Everyone knew he was gonna be a tough son of a gun. But him making the finals was crazy. His match with Pirelli was nuts. Do you remember that
Did we?
one, Ben?
Oh my gosh! Hey, we almost did this exact duel because the last duel
Yes, it was with
2012
2020.
Penn State versus 2020 Iowa. So now we're doing 2012. I was looking at these matchups. I'm like, I swear we already talked about this.
Dang. So how can we do anything differently?
Well, they are a little different teams because so you go. Let's see, how many are the same? So Penn
You add
State's
in
the same.
Jaden, take out Pat.
You add in Jaden, and then you add
Max
Abe
Meehan
Assad and
bumps up.
Nelson Brands. It's
Okay.
almost the exact same.
Pretty similar.
But let's do it.
Okay, let's do it. Starting with Nico versus Spencer, the condenser. This is well.
So
That's
you guys
undefeated
both
Spencer
went
Lee.
major last time. I'm going
Mhm.
major this time because 2021 Spencer's better than 2020 Spencer.
I think that's probably true. The only caveat is the ACL thing, but we'll
This
assume
is pre-ACL tear.
this is pre-ACL tear. We choose when this match happens because
January
it's not
duel.
real.
It's a January duel.
January duel.
It's Hawkeye duels.
Is he
Beginning of the
is
season.
he getting Nico's wrist? This guy's wrestled with Spencer Lee. I don't know what I said last time, but this time I will say it's a decision for Spencer.
You
What?
snap.
No, you stop it, Piles. Kick him off the show, JD. We argued about this last time. You yelled at me for not giving 2020 Spencer a bonus point victory. And this is 2021 Spencer. He's better.
That's the pass. This is now.
That's the pass. This is now Caleb Piles.
Oh, my gosh.
I'm saying major.
All right.
But you two
I'll go
both
major.
flip-flopped.
Yeah, well, no, but Spencer got better. 2021 Spencer's a better thing than 2020 Spencer. That's why I flipped.
2020 Spencer.
No,
He was
2021
ridiculous. Was he?
Google
He had
it.
one weird match with Jack Medley, and that was I think he destroyed absolutely everyone else.
Hold on, I'm Googling it. 2021 Spencer. Let me see. Fall. Tech fall. Major. Decision. The last 4, no ACLs.
Okay. He did have the major over
2020.
Fabian Gutierrez. That was.
Yeah. Major, tech fall, fall, major. Tech fall. Fall. Decision over Jack
7 points.
Medley.
7-point decision against Jack
Major
Medley.
decision over Nick Piccinini. Major decision over Devin Schroeder.
Yeah. And then he
Yeah, they're both
teched
pretty
Jack
good.
Medley next time. I think it's pretty indistinguishable, but because there are a lot fewer matches in there in 2021.
We're there in 2019.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'll go decision this time. Nico
Okay.
learned from his past mistakes. He made the adjustments. Okay. Austin DeSanto versus Frank Martelite. This is, I think,
I think we went
So,
tech fall last time.
if this is
I'm going
wrestled
tech
in
fall.
2012, I think this, no, DeSanto wouldn't get a 4-point tech fall. But he's a kind of a guy that could get a 4-point tech fall, but he probably gets a couple dumps in there for near fall. So I'll say, I think this is 5 for Austin DeSanto.
Yeah, that's what I did last time, and I'm doing it
Mhm.
again.
Doing it again. Don't even try to stop him. Oh, boy. Jaden Ironman versus Brian.
What's Ben doing?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I went tech fall.
Deckfall, you said only a major last time. Okay.
You know, Martellotti fought hard this time. 2021, we got a
Things
little
are
better.
different. Just like Nico. I'm glad you're seeing it my way, Ben. Jaden Ironman versus Brian Pearsall. Brian was solid, did not qualify for NCAAs. I think he gets the pin slay here. Now, don't put it past Jaden Ironman to have a random once every 2 months, he will give someone that really is not on his level a close match for reasons no one really knows. But I don't think that would happen here. I think he comes out and gets a pin, actually, against Brian
Let's see.
Pearsall.
I agree.
So, man, I guess all the kids he did in bonus last year were pretty darn good. Chad Red, Nick Lee, Cole. He did not bonus Cole Matthews. That was actually an
Well, I think it's
interesting,
definitely
really competitive
bonus.
match.
I was debating between pen or major.
I'm going major.
Okay. Now, we go G-Hulk, Frank Molinaro. He was an undefeated NCAA champion this year versus Max Murin, who was in the round of 12. I think this is a major. Frank was really good, transitioning from high crotch to Turks to figure four
decision.
leg rides. Man, no love. You know what?
People hate it. Listen, I give Max. Listen, I got yelled at so hard last weekend for not. I think I said that Zane beats Max Buren by 14 points or something. And someone got so mad at me over it.
I mean, he teched Brandon Sorensen. I think he would probably.
It was also 7-7.
Yeah.
Max Murin was pretty good this season and then had a bad postseason.
Yeah.
It's not about Max, guys. This is about Frank Molinaro.
I know. I'm debating if I want to go like 7-point decision or 9-point major. Decision.
Okay. Next up, Dylan Alton versus Caleb Young. This is the year. Yeah, so Caleb was all right
Dylan
this
was
year.
good this year.
Dylan was super good this year. He beat Welch, beat a lot of good guys. This is a decision. Dylan wasn't super
decision.
turny,
Yeah.
but he wins two takedowns to none or to one. Dylan gets his hand raised here for the decision. Okay. David Taylor versus the Bull.
Ooh.
Alex
Major.
Marinelli. What did we say last time?
I went pin.
Last time,
CP said major. Ben said major.
major pin.
Uh,
The bull learns
going
and only
major.
gives up a major this time.
I'll go major this time as well.
Ben?
I said major.
We're going majors across the board there. For David Taylor over Alex Marinelli. Crazy that this is like a next topic kind of match, considering he's been the 1 seed.
Yes.
He's been a favorite to win NCAAs, and it's just like, no way.
Ruth
His-
over Kemmer. Look
His style does not match up well with someone like David. I don't think, right? Because
no, heck, whose style does match up well with David? Kyle Douglas Dakin. That's about it.
super duper.
Yeah, but he's a freak. Like we said, we don't count freaks.
Yeah, he's a
And
freak,
yes,
but
Donnie,
also
that's
like
about it.
you got to be able to scramble with him well enough. You got to be positionally excellent.
Yes.
So Marinelli's awesome. One of my favorite guys to watch, but David would just be a great matchup for him. Ed Ruth versus Michael Kemmer.
We all said Edred by decision last time. I'm sticking with it.
I'll stick with that. I'll say decision for Ed Ruth over Michael Kemmer. Ben, what do you think?
Same.
This is a crazy one. Quentin Wright versus Nelson Brands. Quentin, you kind of never knew it.
I'm going Quentin.
He could bomb this dude. He could just double underhook, overhook,
I think he might bomb him.
over under.
I think he might too, which is why I'm going by major.
Because Nelson Brands is a honey
I'm gonna
badger.
go by major.
Nelson
I'm gonna go by
doesn't give a
major.
rip.
Nelson's gonna take an underhook, and he ain't gonna go so well for him.
And now Quentin has 4-point near fall.
Oh no.
He's not going to be able to keep Nelson on his back, but he's going to put him there.
Yeah.
And Nelson's not going to be able to storm back.
What is
Nope.
so? If Devin Kane can major Nelson Brands, I can't say that that Quentin Wright wouldn't. Quentin was pretty fantastic. So I'm going with the major here for Q.
Yes.
And Warner McIntosh. This was before McIntosh.
Decision, Warner.
This is true
Who actually
freshman.
gave? Oh, you gave McIntosh to win last time.
I
What were
think
you thinking?
McIntosh was really, really good. I mean,
He did All American this year.
so there's just I think
He's the third.
I think you know a pretty good wrestler that did an All American sometimes. It happens.
Who?
Oh, Bartlett.
I don't know anyone.
Your brother.
Oh yeah. Well, that was if that was dual meet that year. He might have done well, but NCAAs he struggled a little bit.
Mac Lunas. I mean, it's. I mean, not that I'm not
Well,
saying
hold
Morgan.
on, hold
Morgan
on, hold
McIntosh
on.
was not those guys going into
Those are
NCAA.
both
not that
number
guy,
one
pal.
seeds. I'm seeing what seed he was. Hold on.
He might
I'm
not have
almost
been
there,
seated.
Almost there. 1990, 197, 2012. Where's old Morgan McIntosh? He was not seated. Oh, God, leave. Christian Piles. He got technical fall 22-7 by Cam Simaz.
Cam
Oh, man, I don't
Simez.
think you want to make.
Cam
I don't
Simez.
think you want to make that pick. Max is undefeated against Cam Simez, I think.
I believe that.
And then he lost to Andrew Camplatano 8-3 on the back. So get the hell out of here. Stop. Just stop. Enough with the crazy takes.
Okay. I'll take Warner. I'll take the ladies, man.
Hey, remember how good Camplatano was in high school?
Dude, I think
He was
about that
the
a
man.
lot. Think about that a lot.
Keeps you up at night.
He could have been him, Chris Phillips. Yeah, what's the all-time what-if lineup?
Felipe Martinez.
Felipe. Yep.
He was good.
I think my buddy Joey Silva is going to be on the list, too.
You think?
Well, I don't think... You know what? You shouldn't laugh.
Are you picking him for All-American this year?
No, I don't think he's going to be on any teams. He put on Instagram that he's done with college wrestling.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Pour one out for your homies.
I'm going to pour several out, I'm afraid. He's the man. I hope he changes his mind because I think
Okay.
I think he'll regret it. But
Yeah.
it was fun to watch. Anthony Cassiope versus Cam Wade. Double leg rider.
Decision, Casio.
Let's get team score update.
Ooh.
See if Cassiope wins it for the team because it's close.
He's gonna win it for him. Yeah.
I already have Iowa in the lead, 18-17. CP has Penn State in the lead, 18-17, and Ben has Penn State in the lead, 17-16.
Big
Guess
Tone
the hope he wins it for him.
closes it out. Congrats to Big Tone, the hero of heroes. Someone called, it might have been KJ Pilcher. I don't want to steal it. I think he called him, we've been calling him Big Tone. Now it's Toned Tone. What do you think about that?
That's a good one.
Nice and
Tone
legal.
squared.
Okay.
So it's 2018 Ohio State versus 2021 Iowa.
This is awesome.
I almost wish it
Go
would have been
Ohio
2020
State.
Iowa, so it would have been two teams that didn't technically win NCAA.
Listen. All you dual lovers, this is it. There's no Penn State in the finals. Is this what you wanted? Are you happy now? Okay. Here we go. Iowa versus Ohio State for the final. This is going to be wild. Okay. So that's going to be Spencer Lee versus Nathan Tomasello. Nato took one for the team coming down to 125 for his senior year. But this match happened, and this was true freshman Spencer Lee. He was 2-1 against Nato that year.
Yeah.
And
So you're going Spencer Lee.
yeah, I'll make it a respectful decision.
Respectful.
Considering two of their matches, one Nato won, the other one Spencer won somewhat narrowly, and then he pinned him in the at NCAAs. So I'll say
I'll say decision as well.
okay.
I'll go decision, Spencer.
All right. Luke Pletcher versus Austin DeSanto. All right, so a little bit of heat here. I think Pletcher beat him at NCAAs this year, if I'm recalling correctly.
Me,
This is 2021 DeSanto.
Is that a bonus? Is he like?
I think he's gotten better.
Are you saying right now? I think he's is really good, was really good, and continues to be really good.
He hasn't gotten.
I think he's much better than he was in 2018.
Really.
2018 was his true freshman year, right?
Yeah. True freshman year, did
Yeah.
not redshirt.
Okay.
He did an All-American this year.
This is when he got Del Vecchio. So he lost to Micic. Okay. Yeah, you're right. I was thinking 2019.
He was still at Drexel this time.
Drag swag. I'm gonna go.
I'm going DeSanto by decision.
Yeah, I am too. I'm gonna go DeSanto by decision. This was before Luke Pletcher turned into the freakazoid he became his senior year.
Mm-hmm.
Deep breath here.
I agree.
Okay.
DeSanto by decision.
All right. 141. I just looked it up. I'm going to go Joey McKenna because McKenna gives Ironman problems. Ironman won their first matchup ever, but now I think McKenna's won a whole bunch in a row. It's
Yes.
2 NCAA matches for sure, and I'm thinking a couple other freestyle matches. So I'm going to go Joey McKenna by decision.
Joseph is my choice as well.
Yeah.
I think he wins this match. Very good Joey McKenna that year. It'd be a good match to see now. Just like, okay, what are the differences now that Ironman's at Iowa? Is he doing better? Would he have a different game plan? I don't know, but I think you got to give McKenna the nod there.
Mm-hmm.
Keyshawn Hayes versus Max Murin.
I feel like I want to lean Max. I'm going to go back and look at Keyshawn's season.
Last year, so Max had a down Big Tens, but a pretty solid NCAAs.
Apparently he had like mono or something, or some sort of sickness.
He was down with the sickness.
What?
Wow, that was rough.
I know.
That's your last Disturbed reference for this show. So he only had one nucleus. I'll say,
Man.
he has his full complement of nuclei, and Murin gets the win here.
Yeah, I'm looking at his season, and he did not have very many good wins. Keyshawn did not have very many good wins. He had a win. His best win was number 3, Matt Kolodzik, and then his next best win is a number 13 ranked win, and he kind of got his butt kicked by anyone else that was pretty highly ranked.
Yeah.
But he was close to. He kind of got screwed, if you remember, on the backside. So he lost a tiebreaker to Troy Heilman, which would have been in the quarters. And then, unfortunately, if you remember, Brandon Sorensen lost to Richard Perry. so he had to face Brandon Sorensen in the backset. Otherwise, he probably would have All-Americaned here.
Ronnie Perry. But yes,
Ronnie, not Richard.
he-
Yes. Yeah.
that was that year in 2018. It's fun looking back on that. Maybe not for Ohio State, but everyone knew it was the conversation was this quarterfinal match is probably going to be the difference. We're like, if Key beats Heilman, they're probably going to win. If he loses, and we knew at the time Sorensen had lost, so everyone had already done the math to be like, yo, if he loses, you have Sorensen. He's got to win here or else. And it was a crazy close match. I think there was a late challenge, and Heilman wound up winning. And then the rest, as they say, is history. That's
what they say?
That is what they say. That's what they've been saying. So Keyshawn,
Got it.
I don't think he wins this match. Next up, Micah Jordan versus Caleb Young. I've got Mickey here.
Yeah, but
I'm gonna go Micah.
I like the Mongoose.
Yes.
Well, the volume
You
shooting
know what? This is a boring match, though. I'm telling you that much.
Listen, put some respect on Micah's name. He was an exciting.
This is a boring match, guys.
You put it out there. You're a hater. I think you have.
I am not a hater. I'm telling you this is a boring match, and I'm not wrong.
Micah Jordan's a pretty offensive wrestler. You've watched him.
Decently.
You know what, Ben? Moving on
What?
to 165.
What?
Alex Marinelli versus Tashan Campbell. We probably did this one.
Marinelli by Major.
That's what I was thinking too.
All right, I bet they wrestled, so let's see what happened. Decision.
Oh my
Decision.
gosh! You know what match I forgot about, guys? You're gonna
Decisions.
love this. Micah Jordan
You swayed me.
decked Micah Jordan decked Michael Kemmer at Big Tens.
Yeah.
God, totally
At
forgot
Michigan State.
about that. Wow.
He got him with the
Wow.
old chin and arm. I'm pretty
Chin
sure.
and arm.
Yeah, just get the chin. Okay. So I've got a decision here. He decisioned him in like all three of their meetings.
Yes.
Yeah, I snapped.
Yeah, you have to. But Ben
All
doesn't
right.
care. Bo
Kemmer.
Jordan versus Michael Kemmer.
Ooh.
This is a whole lot of this is interesting. See, Kimmer has the edge in the scrambles. Bo may have a little bit of an edge just in overall leg attacks. Maybe. Kimmer's got the edge on the mat for sure. So I think it's Kimmer. Here.
I'm going Kemmer.
This was not the best Bojo. Not the best Bojo either. Very good Michael Kimmer. So I got him. Miles Martin versus Nelson Brands. I think this is a major. I think it's a major for Miles. He's hitting a lot of reattack, go behinds. This guy could turn. This was very good Miles Martin year. Not his best year. 2019 was probably his best season.
Yeah,
of all
I'm going
of them.
decision.
What?
Decision. I think 20. Well, let me look back. Let me go do.
Miles
my
Martin
research
was a very good point
here. Let me
scorer.
do my research.
Okay,
Let me do my research.
no problem.
2019 with Miles Martin was better for sure. 2018, his bonus rate was actually
I might go-
corrected it. His bonus rate was higher in 2018 than 2019. 2019 he had less losses, only one, but his bonus was only 62% versus 71% in 2018.
Man, you know who Miles beat that year? Chip.
Chip Nass.
He beat Chip. He tried to put him in the Ripper.
Chip was coaching in Super 32.
That's awesome.
Was he really?
Is he still in the North Carolina area?
Or
is he back
I'm
in
not sure. I
Georgia?
didn't talk to him. I saw him in the corner.
Oh, okay. Scared to talk to Chip? I'll introduce you next time.
I've talked to Chip.
All right.
He was at NHSCA's too. He was decked out in North Carolina gear, so I'd assume he's still in the area.
He majored Lou Dupre. He pinned Cordell Norfleet that year.
I'm going
He
decision.
teched
He did
Taylor Vins.
That's his one real high level bonus point win. The rest of them are all pretty close. I'm gonna go decision.
8-1 over Pete Renda. This I don't think is a good call, Ben. I just have to
Well, listen, I get my opinion.
strenuously
Yours.
object.
Miles Major,
Hey, remember
Mitch Bowman.
Steve Bowman, Chevy
Mitch
Dodge.
Bowman,
Right.
Mitch Bowman Dodge.
Steve Bowman, Chevy Dodge. That's right. All right, fine. I go major. You can go decision.
I'm going Major.
Okay. Next up, Colin Moore versus Jacob Warner. They both placed fourth. Indistinguishable. Who is better here? Ben, who do you think?
I think it's Colin Moore. Colin Moore had a very bad NCAAs this year. I think it's him.
Yes, I'm going Colin Moore as well.
Yeah. So going into heavyweight, I have it 15-13 in favor of Iowa. CP has it 15-13 in favor of Iowa as well. And Ben is 16-12 in favor of Iowa.
But here comes Captain America, Kyle Snyder versus Anthony
wins it.
Oh my
Cassiope.
So I'm the Iowa lover here because I'm picking Iowa for the win. Kyle Snyder is going to get a bonus of 4 points, but on tiebreaker criteria, Iowa's going to win because they scored more team points. That's going to be the tie because it's going to be 5-5 for both my teams, one major to each team, and then they are going to be close to majors at those first couple weights, so they are going to win.
Dang. Okay. I've got Kyle Snyder, just a regular decision over large tone. Probably if he needed the major, maybe he'd get it.
But he only needs a decision for
He
you.
only needs a decision. He just landed. He just did the Urigan. He got back. So he's just going to do a cool decision and go out a champion.
That makes it 2-1. Ohio State wins because me and CP both had Ohio State winning.
There you go.
2018,
Congrats.
Ohio State, the best team of the last decade.
It's the end of the Penn State era.
We'll be
I'm
sending you
afraid.
your trophy soon.
Yes. Be on the lookout. We're not going to do third place, but it's Penn State. Just goes to show you the difference between tournament and duels.
Listen, that Ohio State team wins like 8 out of 10 NCAAs. They were so good.
Ridiculous. Very ridiculous. Well, that was really fun.
How did 2018 Penn State lose again? 2018 Penn State lost. Who did they lose to? Iowa, maybe?
Yeah, I don't know. I can't read it. We can get.
Okay.
Well, let's keep it moving though.
All right.
They lost to
Questions for
2021
friends or
Iowa.
what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go to some questions from friends. Thank you to all the friends who so dutifully listen and give us these great questions, like this one from Adam Rush. Who wears a crown in the U.S. at 74 after Dake and Burroughs eventually retire? David Carr and Keegan come to mind. Am I missing anyone else? I don't know that you are. I mean, there's the guys that are already there, like Nolf. Maybe see someone like Shane Griffith. Maybe Makai Lewis enters the chat there at 74 Olympic trials. But to me, it's those two. I think those are the two that in 3 to 4 years we're really talking about. Are they ready to take the mantle? I think both have obviously great styles for freestyle for very different reasons. I'd be just really interested to see how that match between David Carr and Keegan would play out.
It's fun. Yeah.
I
I think those two are the main. What'd you say?
I was going to say there's a good chance I think David Carr finishes his career at 65, so maybe we'll get to see it in a couple years.
Maybe we will. Obviously, Evan Wick would be the other one. He's placed third this year at the Olympic trials. He's still pretty young. He's actually not that young. He's kind of old for a college kid. He's old. But besides that, I mean, maybe the other one's Hayden Hidley. Pentelio, I think, will probably stay at 70, I would guess.
Oh, yeah.
And then, everyone else but before that is kind of like too young. And, Keegan's kind of hammered all those guys that are just a little bit younger than him. So it'll be interesting to see if anyone can come up.
Yeah, definitely looking forward to that. Not super looking forward to Dake and Burroughs retiring, actually. Kind of like when they just go to Worlds and win. But at some point it'll happen. And, help's gonna be on the way. But it's gonna. In a few years we're probably like, wow, we really had teams with all these guys on it, and we're gonna have good teams afterwards. But the legends we have, we're rolling out 4, 5, 6 legends on one team.
Well, that's gonna be interesting to see if we can do it again, right? Because even say Keegan and David Carr, if these guys go through 2024, but we're talking about Taylor and Dake didn't make a team till 25, I think we said, or 26, something like that. They were a little older when they made their first team.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to see. Well, how did Tell us, how was Keegan and Witt going when they were rolling? Is it close?
I never saw him go super.
Okay.
Yeah.
Secret Ben. Ben knows, but he just doesn't want to say. That's fine. Who do you think is the most influential wrestler of all time? EJ Newton. That's a good one. The most influential.
Influential in which way?
Exactly.
Well, because you got that one dude that he reinvented the great strain of grain and saved 1 billion people from starving of hunger.
Well, that has
How
nothing to
about
do
that
with
dude?
wrestling, but
What's up now?
yes,
You said
okay.
most influential. If you're not going to define it, I'm
The
going to
most
define
influential
it.
wrestler of all time? Easy. Gandhi.
God, he didn't do no damn wrestling. Norman Burlog. How about that?
Norman Burlog. Okay.
He was
So
born on a farm in Cresco, Iowa. You know where that is, JD?
I know where Crisco is. It's up north.
there's been good
Blockus
wrestlers
is from there.
Yeah. I knew someone recently is good from Cresco.
And they have a pretty good tradition.
Yeah.
They haven't been as good.
I can't believe that this look is now normalized to me. I'm just accepting that JD looks like this. One thing I knew I was going to say, kind of going back a little bit, but you mentioned Hayden Hidley. Andy Hamilton visited NC State, got interviews with Trent, Hayden, Pat Pop. Really good one with Hayden. I encourage you to listen to it. But one of the more
It's
interesting...
over 20 minutes.
It's 20 minutes.
Jeez.
And one of the more interesting parts of it was when he talks about entering the World Team Trials, hey, let's see how I do. How does it feel up at 174? And his first draw, he had Taylor Lujan. And he was like, okay, that's all right. Then they redrew the brackets, and it was Alex Derringer. He's like, okay, that's a lot tougher. And then they did it again, and he had Jordan Burroughs in the very first round. He's like,
They hate Hayden.
They hate Hayden Hidley. Now we learned it. But he talked about feeling like, one, he was super respectful of Jordan. He's like, as the match went on, his speed seemed to increase and his pace just got higher. And I was so focused on stopping the double that he was just peppering me with single legs. So it was really cool to get an elite athlete's perspective, detailed perspective on what it was like to wrestle Jordan and his pace. But then he said he really didn't feel like the size was in any way an impediment or going to be an issue for him moving up 2 weight classes. And I think he was a guy when he moved up where I don't think he's going to have any issues being an undersized 174. Now, can he win? I don't know. I think he can. Will he win 174? I'm not sure. But he said he really liked, for his freestyle career, he's like, I actually really like 79. He's like, I can make 74 still if I have to, but he feels comfortable at 174 pounds, which is pretty sweet.
Nice.
So Hayden Hidley, the most influential wrestler of all time.
I mean, it's probably Dan Gable. If we're not counting Norman Burlog, it's probably Dan Gable.
I think
Classic rivalry.
Rovat brought this up on Twitter the other day, and his answer was the Floriani brothers. There's an argument to be made there.
I think
for sure.
Freaking great argument for that. Shout out Martin and Mark. But in terms of so what I think EJ is asking, which wrestler who's known for wrestling had their biggest, who through their career as a maybe wrestler and coach, their vocation being wrestling, had the biggest impact. I think Gable's up there for sure.
Who else would it not be if it's not Gable?
Yeah, I think it's Gable. I think
It's Gable.
Jordan Burroughs has had a huge impact. I think Cale Sanderson is having a huge impact. And it's one that maybe will evolve over the years, right? And we may look back and say it's this. It's interesting to think who are the most influential foreigners? What has their influence been outside of excellence, right? Dan brought in this hard-nosed mentality to his craft as a competitor, then to an entire team for a dominant era, and influenced so many wrestlers and coaches, right? I don't know who that would be for Russia, right? I know who their greatest wrestlers are, but I don't know their influence.
Yeah, that'd be.
Really, someone seemed to have it, and maybe it's because he passed away tragically, but the reverence that Kudakov, yes, you knew I was gonna say it. He had a Tremendous. And speaking of someone else who passed away, Dave Schultz, tremendous influence on the sport as well. So kind of a fun question. I don't really know the answer to it, but probably Wayne Burlog. Is that his name?
Norman Burlog, have some respect.
Norman. I'm sorry, Norman.
Norman.
Thank you to Norman.
Mhm.
Great wrestler. Okay. Next one. What any that stick out to you while we go?
I know you're just trying to get out to get some tacos.
There's no
here.
tacos on Thursday.
Flow Nationals. I don't think Flow Nationals is coming back, right?
I don't know. We haven't had a conversation about Flow Nationals in some time.
Wrestlers
Maybe.
versus wrestler fight card. Who you want to see fight each other since you guys won't pick your opponents?
Okay. Well, who do I want to see wrestlers fight? Who do we want to see DeSanto fight?
That's DeSanto versus Miocic.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Sign me up.
The Kimura's back in play, guys. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to see. I don't want to see him fight. I don't want to see him fight. I want to see him wrestle. I'm just old school.
Hey guys, when we get back on here, you know what we need to do next week too is Tuesday headlines, because by the time we get back here next week, there will be a college wrestling match that happens.
You know what? Shout out to Bono and Stutzman for doing the. They're just like, yo, the first day we can wrestle, let's just wrestle each other. It's smart because then it's the only duel on, as far as I can tell. Maybe I'm wrong about that.
No, North Carolina has a triangle with Life in Queens.
A triangle?
That's what some people call tries.
Tri-duel?
Yeah, whatever.
Try meet.
You knew what I
Call them
meant.
triangles?
Call them triangles. Not.
A triangular.
So they've got and
Triangular.
North Carolina is from the triangle. Maybe that's why.
You know what? There's multiple triangles
Bermuda
in North
Triangle?
Carolina because Raleigh area's got a triangle going on there, right? And then
That's
where
part
we're
of
at in
it.
Greensboro, they're called the
Oh.
Piedmont Triad also.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay,
many triangles in North Carolina.
Shout out to the Piedmont region of Virginia.
Because it's the PTI
No,
airport.
North Carolina.
There's a Piedmont
North
region in Virginia, Ben.
Are you sure? How could
I'm
you know? How did
positive.
you ever
It's
know
a
that?
part of 4th grade VA history. I would
I'm
know.
looking it up.
I got straight
Piedmont,
C's.
Virginia. Yeah, so actually one night we went down to
Uh-oh.
The bin
Oh,
just
we
cut
lost
out.
Where'd you go, buddy? We lost
And
him.
he's back.
I'm
Well-
back.
tab. I went to the wrong tab. Damn it all.
Welcome back.
We went down to Winston-Salem for dinner the one night, me and the other coaches.
Okay. Well, that's where
Yeah.
Wake Forest is, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah,
had
the
a nice-
Piedmont region. It's kind of the central part of Virginia. I'm
There we
from
go.
the, I guess it would be Valley and Ridge is where I'm from. Yeah.
Old Valley and Ridge District.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Wow,
Okay.
I didn't realize there was all these districts of Virginia. Look at these things:
Mhm.
coastal plains, Raleigh terrain.
Yep. All right.
Right.
Well, when we start talking VA history, as fun as it is for me, I know you guys have to hate it the most. There it is. So, if nothing else, learn the regions of Virginia. See, that's the one I learned. There were just 3: Coastal Plain, Piedmont. Now they've added other ones. And then we'll leave you with this side by side of JD Maltasanti and Christopher Maltasanti.
Hey.
Good job, JD. That you did a good job.
He did a good job. He's
Thank
got a
you.
good
Hey, we get-
flow. Go ahead.
Wrestling next week, Christian. Wrestling. We get to
This
do this.
weekend. More wrestle offs, too.
Can't wait.
This is my last show for a while, though.
Oh, yeah. Where are you going? U23s?
Yeah.
Oh, we have to get a co-host with a functional neck. We'll try to find someone. At least I got Ben. Thank you guys so much for listening. So much good stuff coming. Hope you guys have a great weekend. Happy Halloween. Have a spooky, scary time. See you guys.
Peace.